Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I'm going to give it another minute for the people who are just logging in right now, and then we will begin. It is a couple of minutes past the hour, so we are going to make a start. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you're joining us from. My name is Catalina Powell, and I am Global Director at THE Counselor, BMI times Higher Education. We have our very latest webinar for educational counselors. So everybody who works within a high school who has responsibility for advising students about their next steps after graduation, whether you call it college counselors or high school counselors or college advisors, this webinar is for you. Today's webinar is called Inside Wenzhou-Kean, where US accreditation meets Chinese vitality. And today's webinar is in partnership with Wenzhou-Kean University. I am joined this morning by our lovely presenter, Daisy. She is coordinator of the admissions office, and she's the international admissions specialist. So the best person for you to ask all of those pressing questions. She's responsible for international student recruitment and global high school outreach. She has very extensive experience in cross-cultural admissions counseling, so fantastic to ask her all of those pressing questions, especially if you haven't worked with admissions into China in the past. She can help you guide those conversations with the students, but also with the parents, very importantly. She helps prospective students navigate their options and find optimal academic paths at the university. She will also be joined later on by a lovely student guest from Singapore, Hannah. She will be coming in a little bit later on. I will let Daisy later on introduce herself, tell you a little bit more about what she does and about the university. But before she begins, I just want to run through a few housekeeping issues with you. First and foremost, this webinar is being recorded, and the recording will be shared with all of you in a few days' time. So whether you want to share it with your colleagues, whether you want to revisit some of the key takeaways, you will have that recording with you. If you see across the bottom of your screen, if you hover your mouse across the bottom of the screen, you will see a Q&A button. We encourage you to submit your questions throughout the session. So, or whether it's questions, whether it's comments, whether there is anything that you want Daisy to clarify about. She will be having a look at those questions during the presentation, but also she's going to leave a good 15 minutes at the very end of the webinar to run through them and answer anything else that you might I want her to while we've got her here. But if you don't get around asking your questions, we will share her contact details in the follow-up email as well, so that you can get in touch and perhaps you might want to discuss a specific student case or a specific admissions case, and she will be able to answer those for you. Without further ado, Daisy, over to you.
Okay, Hello, everyone, and thank you, Catalina, for your introduction. And also, you've been really helpful along the way, and really, really a big thank you to you. And as Catalina has just mentioned, I'm now working in the admissions office in Wenzhou-Kean University. It is a university located in China, but we are quite special because the students in our university, they not only like everything is in English, and we hire all our faculties globally from different parts of the world. And by the end of their graduation, they will receive both degrees from China and the US. And now I'm going to share my display, share my slides with you so it will be clearer. Let me just check. Okay. So everyone can see this, right? Okay, so I'm going to start my presentation. So in today's presentation, first of all, I'm going to give you an overview of Wenzhou-Kean University, and also Kean University, which is a university we are cooperating with, and also what students can gain by studying in our university. So as you can see from this first slide, in our university, we aim to cultivate liberal and innovative minds, and more importantly, and also very attractively, when I'm explaining to high schools around the world, they are very interested in this China and American working together mode. So today I'm going to give you a full explanation about how we work together. So to start with, I'm going to show you a campus photo. I believe it's quite beautiful because every year we have many open days, and every time the students come to our university, they will be stunned by the campus view. So it's quite beautiful. And later on, I'm going to show you a video about our university. Like Wenzhou-Kean University is a China and US joint university, and originally it's a partnership between Wenzhou University. It's a very old university, and also in partnership with Kean University. Kean University is in New Jersey, and it's established in 1855, so also have a very long history. And it's actually a province and state cooperation project. So initially it was the government government program to put these two universities together, because we think it's quite meaningful for them to cooperate in terms of education and to cultivate young talents. And very briefly about the history of the university. So in 2006, we signed the agreement for WKU, and 2011, the Ministry of Education approved the establishment of WKU. And in 2012, we welcomed our first batch of students, and we started to do our undergraduate programs. And now our officially establishment is on so now we have 12 years of history, and we are welcoming our 10th batches of graduates. And later on, we also now opened our master's program and also doctor's program. So overall, we have signed our contract for 20 years. And this year, we're celebrating our 20th anniversary of the signing of the agreement. And we are celebrating with many different kinds of activities on our Chinese campus and also in American campus. So that's a very brief history. So we have 20 years of signing agreement and 12 years of the establishment officially. Very briefly about Kean University. As I just mentioned, this university has a very long history, and it's one of the biggest public comprehensive universities in New Jersey. This campus has more than 16,000 students, and also they have many undergraduate programs as well as postgraduate programs. And I think the geographic location-wise is also quite good. It's very close to New York City, and on campus we have a train to go to the New York City, to the city center, and it takes around half an hour to go there. So it's quite flexible for students to go around. So that's about Kean University. And because I also want to introduce where Wenzhou is, because in China, I know you all heard of places like Shanghai, and also here is Beijing. But our university is here. So this is Wenzhou, and we are very close to Shanghai, as you can see. So if you take the faster train, in China, we have the high-speed train. It's around 3 hours. So it's quite close to Shanghai. And our international students, they always travel around different places when they have their weekends and also some short holidays. And also just to help you to have a clearer picture, Guangdong is here. And Hong Kong is here. Hong Kong is next to Guangdong. So we are all along the East Coast line. So Wenzhou is basically in between Shanghai and Guangdong. So just give you a picture. And we are a part of Zhejiang province. In China, we have 36 different provinces. So all these one patch stands for one province. And the capital of our province is called Hangzhou. I don't know how many of you have heard of the place Hangzhou, but it's becoming quite famous because, well, originally it has the biggest business, which is called Alibaba, like Alipay and also some Taobao. They all comes from this company. And the last year, it became really famous again because of the DeepSeek. Because DeepSeek stunned the world because it was quite, efficient when it comes to the AI technology. And this city is very large, and most of our students, they will go to Hangzhou to look for jobs and also some internship because this city is really prosperous and with very innovative with some high technology companies. So this is the capital of our province. And this is the West Lake. I don't know if you heard of this place, but West Lake is so beautiful. And more information about Wenzhou. Wenzhou has 9.85 million permanent residents. I know in China, like every city has a lot of population, but our city also is quite large population-wise. And last year, we reached the 1 trillion size. So it's the 25th city in China reached the trillion RMB city. Okay, so Wenzhou has focused becoming a city of innovation. So in our city, we are actually the first city in China in history that has the first private license for our city. Just 1 second. Okay. And also, as you can see here, we also have some scenic spots, which is very famous. Like if you ask anyone in China, they will know about these places. So if you ever come to China, welcome to Wenzhou and you can have a visit. And here I've written down Wenzhou people. Wenzhou people actually has Wenzhou people is like a brand. For the city, because if there are many Chinese people all over the world, especially in Europe. If you go to Europe and if you ask a random person who working on the street where you come from, it's very likely that they are from Wenzhou, because I think in the early 90s, many Wenzhou people, they went to Europe to start their own business. So it's actually
My apologies. I think we have a bit of
like
an
a fun
issue.
fact for years, which basically gives. Yes.
Sorry, Daisy, we lost you. We lost you there for a second, but you're back now.
Okay. So can you see everything clearly?
I can't see the screen sharing again, so you might need to.
Now?
Yeah, we got it. You're back online.
Okay. Thank you very
Over
much.
to you.
Okay. I will just go back to this slide. I was just introducing about Wenzhou. So this city, I don't know where I was cut off, but I will just recap a little bit. So as I just mentioned, we have a very large population. The city itself is very vibrant with many people. And also last year, we officially reached the 1 trillion GDP. And we are the 25th cities in China that reached this number. So it's quite amazing for us. And also I emphasize something about Wenzhou people, because Wenzhou people itself is actually a brand for our city. If you go to Europe, you stop any Chinese on street, it's very likely that they're from Wenzhou, because Wenzhou people, they like to explore the world. And I think in the 1990s, many Wenzhou people, they went abroad to Europe to start their own business. So like it's a fun fact about our city. Like everyone knows that Wenzhou people is good at doing business. So that's just something about the city. And next, I'm going to give you some figures about our university. So from these figures, you can have a picture in your mind what the university looks like. So currently, we have 5,300 students. It's not a very large number comparing to some universities in China, because usually in China we have many, many students. But we are actually trying to make it small, but we want to focus more on individual students. And currently we have 260 faculty recruited globally. So these are just our professors, not including the staff. So we are hiring different professors from America, from Europe, and also from places like Australia, like all over the world. And our faculty and also our international students, they are from more than 40 different countries. So if you walk on the campus, you can see the campus is quite international. You can see people from different places. And what does 1 + 2 = 3 mean? So this is something that some parents and students are very interested in. So after you graduate from our university, you can get degrees both from China and the US. And in terms of the why is it 1 + 2, I will explain in my next slide. And in our university, we have the 100% English environment, because all our faculty speak English in their class and after class. So students, they are forced to speak in English, even for Chinese students, because on our campus, we have many Chinese students as well, not just international students. So everyone's using English as their academic language, and also when they walk around the campus, they have to speak English. And all our curriculum is 100% imported from the US. We're using the US textbook, US curriculum, US syllabus, like everything is authentic from US. And the last 3 number means now we have 6 colleges and 18 undergraduate programs. But every year we're looking to explore more opportunities, and every year we are opening more programs. Like next year we're opening 2 extra, so it's still under discussion. And this year we opened 2 new graduate programs. So in the beginning I mentioned that our university has 12 years of history for the official establishment. So we're still growing, and we are still trying our best to give students more opportunities. And this slide explains what do I mean by 1 + 2, because when students graduate from our university in China, we give them 2 certificates. One is the graduation certificate, and another one is the degree certificate. And then students also can receive 1 degree certificate from the Kean University, which is exactly the same as the one they got if they study in the US. So that's 1 + 2 = 3. So with the Chinese degree, I think students it's more flexible for them if they want to stay in China and apply for job, because they have received authentic Chinese university higher level education. And with a US degree, I think it will be benefit students, because if they in the future they want to apply to study in the US and even globally, they can use this certificate. And I will show you some data later, because students got really good data when they apply to do their postgraduate degrees. Okay, so in the next part, I'm focused more about academic-wise, how do we help the students to strive for the best, and also help students to develop when they're studying in our university. And we are very proud that we're combining the Chinese experience with the US education. We're trying to give students everything that we can. So next I'm going to show you. So now I'm going to just, flash you with some numbers. So in 2025, I'm sorry, about 75% of our students, they chose to further their studies. So after they graduate from undergraduate, they continue to do their study. Among these students, 20% of them, they were admitted to the top 10 universities, and around 60% admitted to the top 50 universities, and 85 admitted to top 100 universities. So I think the number looks quite good. And also we have students, these are the numbers from the past 6 years. So students, they were admitted to Harvard University, Oxford University, and I think we have a strength when we are applying for universities from America. As you can see here, we have like 146 students. They were admitted to Columbia University. So as from these figures and these forms, I think you can tell that after students, they study here, they academically, they will grow a lot, and it will be admitted by many university, top university from different places. And when I started to do this admission job, I actually did some research, because, you know, if I want to convince students to come to study in our university, I have to figure out why. Like, why do you need to come to study with me? So I did some research, and I'm going to give you like a case study. So this young girl, her name is Wang. She's actually 2026 graduate. So now she's in the 4th year studying in our university. She's not graduated yet, but as you can see, the date here is quite close. So she just got the admitted to the Harvard University and Oxford University, and also like Columbia University, UCL. And also she's decided to go to this university, the University of Texas at Austin, because she got the full ride scholarship for master's and doctorateship. So it's quite amazing. Like we were really happy for her. And she shared her experience with me. So I'm also going to share this with you, like why she can get admitted to those top universities. So she did, like in our university, we really encourage students to do research. I think this is something that differentiates us from most of other universities. So even start from year 1, when she was a freshman, she started to cooperate with the professors to do some researches. Like for 4 years combined, she did 7 projects across 3 psychology fields, which is quite amazing. Because when I was in my bachelor's degree, I had no idea. Like I would just finishing my exams, go to different courses. I will try to strive to get the best score for my exams, but I didn't know I can actually do research with the professors. And she started really early, like even so it's like a side project from her first year course. And from based on that, she gradually grow up and make it into a proper research. And also during her bachelor's year in our university, she published a few articles as first author, which is quite amazing from my perspective. And also she was able to present in the 31st International Congress of Applied Psychology. So yeah, like it's a very excellent student. And so like I just mentioned, the students, they have really flashing admission performance. I think one of the main reasons is because we are actually encouraging a research-based education. So also some numbers here. So in the past years, we have more than 730 students involved in research programs with their professors, and more than 340 research programs are initiated. And also every year we have the Student Research Day. I think this is something very unique, because I haven't seen it in other universities, at least in China. So we have more than 3,500 students presented their research findings on their research day. So they get to talk to different people, different professors, and to, you know, see if they have any sparkles together that they can work together. And every year, the university invests a lot of fundings to help students to do research. And we have more than 310 articles published, and students are the first authors. And here are some of the article names that you can see. So in our university, we're really helping students not just to finishing exams. We are trying to cultivate them to have critical thinking skills, to be innovative, and also to be competent academically. And also we have something called honors program. So starting from year 1, we will select students who are really excellent, and then we will spare some of the credits for them. So they don't have to go to their regular classes, but instead they can choose some classes interdisciplinary, and they will evaluate the students they will give students inquiry based teaching as their core model, and also to encourage students to do research and to explore their innovation potential to do research with the professors. So like I've said so many things about this. So my main point is that in our university, we are giving students a lot of opportunities for them to explore their potentials. If they really want to strive for the best, they definitely have this platform for them to work on. Okay, so I think this page also shows how we are giving students free choices. The first one is that the free major change in the first year. So in our university, after students, they come to our university, it usually starts in September. Once they enrolled in, and after 1 or 2 months, we will give students one chance to change their majors. It doesn't matter which one you want to go to. We will give you free choices, because this is also American universities. Sometimes they will do the same thing. So I think it's like a second choice for students. Maybe after they enrolled, they were like, oh, I don't think I like it that much. Then they have a second choice to exchange to another program. And also we have free exchange opportunities to the US, because I've been talking to counselors from different parts of the world, like from the Middle Eastern, from the Southeast Asia. They were all very interested in this. So in our university, altogether for our bachelor's degree, we have 8 terms. And then except for the first year and the last term, in the middle, we have 5 terms. And for these 5 terms, they can choose to exchange to the US anytime, any duration. For example, maybe this term I want to go to the US, then you can go 1 term, 2 terms, 3 terms, whatever. So at most, the students can go 2 year and a half. Okay, so I hope I'm making myself clear here. So I think we're giving students free choices. Like they can experience 1 year in China, and maybe after 1 year they were like, oh, I want to try it in the US. They can also go there. And we're able to do this is because we import the curriculum from the US. So for example, if students do 2 years here in China, and then the next 2 years they go to the US, there will be no problem, because all the curriculums are the same. So that's why we can allow them to go anytime and for any duration. Okay, the next free is free selection of general education courses. I think this is because of the American education. Students, they have many credits that they can not only choose the courses from their own major, but across colleges. And also in our university, you are able to do a minor degree. So by the time you graduate, you can have a major degree and minor degree. So I think this gives students more opportunity to explore their own interests. Yeah, and we want to cultivate students not only just for their knowledge and skill, but also we want them to develop their unique thinking skills and also have a sense of innovation. So to summarize, in our university, we have all our courses imported from the US. We use the US textbooks, and the classes are in small sizes. And we have research-based education, free exchange opportunities. So we really want to give students a Chinese experience and also at the same time enjoy American education. So I think that's something makes us quite different from other universities in China and even in other parts of the world. Okay, so these are the programs that we are having now, the undergraduate programs. You can have a look. We have our business college, College of Science, Math and Technology. So we have computer science, biology, mathematical science, environmental science and chemistry, and also College of Liberal Arts. The girl I just mentioned, she's studying psychology in our university. And also these are the art programs that we have, art and design. Sorry. So maybe you can have a look, and because most of you here today are counselors from the high school, so maybe you can see if you can match any students with these subjects. Okay, I'm going to move on to the next slide. So just we have some programs that receive the globally recognized accreditations. For example, the business college, we received the AACSB. We are one of the only 5% of business schools that earned this distinction. And we were accredited by CPA Australia. And our visual communication design, we also received the accreditation from this organization. And psychology, we also received one accreditation. So if students study these majors, they can receive accreditation upon their graduation. Okay, and also very quickly, our graduate programs. So these two are open this year. So I will just stop for 1 minute for you to have a look. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the next one. Yay, the most exciting part. I'm going to show you our campus and also the activities we have for our international students. So as you can see, our campus, I said world-class green campus is because indeed all our buildings on campus won a lot of architectural awards internationally. Like last year, this is our student learning and activity center. So it's it's basically our library. It won a French architectural award. I forgot the name, but yeah, it's really beautiful. And this is the Wenzhou-Kean Hall. I work in this building. I feel really blessed working in this building. And also this is the College for Art and Design. We call it Michael Graves College. And next I'm going to play a video so you can have a more vivid view about our campus. I think I need to do some settings. Just 1 second. So Catalina, I'm going to share my audio and then you have to put me back on mute. Okay. Just 1 second. Stop. I will just play the video.
See, the audio is not working on the video.
It's not working? Just 1 second.
We could see the video, but there was no audio.
Okay, for this one, I think it's okay if you don't hear the sound. I will just play it because otherwise it's too much time. Okay, I think you can hear my voice. Okay, as you can see from the video, the campus is really huge and big, and also we make it really American style. So this afternoon I was actually going to visit another high school in China, and our principal says like even a doorknob needs to be American style, which is kind of funny. Uh, okay, and also we have many laboratory facilities, as you can see here from the picture. And also our dormitories, it won a lot of like awards again in like some architectural awards. You can see the picture here. I'll show you more pictures. This is the outside of the dormitory. This is the bathroom part, and also the common area for students. And this is the washing machine for the laundry room for students. So you can see we are really trying to build up a very fancy campus to accommodate our students. So all our international students, they can adjust perfectly when they come to our university. And also many campus activities, as you can see, these are some Chinese style traditional clothes. It's quite fun. And Chinese dancing, we have the campus, like music festival, and this is the campus run. Yeah, like many activities. And this is the Chinese national like CNCC curriculum. So basically for international students, they come to China. If they want to get the Chinese degree, they have to not only finish their own courses, but also they have to finish some of the Chinese courses, which are about language and also Chinese culture. And we will arrange some Chinese cultural experiences for them. I'll just show you some photos really briefly. Like here, they are doing some drawing for this. This is like the shadow play. It's a very traditional Chinese play. The audience see it as a shadow. And also, this is the Mid-Autumn Festival. We have the night event, the different booths so students can go around and enjoy some different Chinese experience. So I think it will be quite fun for international students to come here to experience Chinese culture, to have a Chinese life, and at the same time, like I just mentioned, enjoy a US style education. I'm going to skip this video because the audio is not working. Yeah. So yeah, like I just said a lot. I thought 1 hour is too much, but it seems it's not actually enough. So I think for students who come to our university, the most attractive thing is definitely the combine of Chinese experience and the US education, and also because everything is in English. So for students who are coming from English speaking countries and also from international schools, it's very easy for them to adjust in, comparing to other mainstream Chinese universities whose dominant language is Chinese. So it will be a bit harder for them. But to our university, the language won't be a very big problem. So next, I'm going to briefly go through the admission application. How do you apply to our university for the undergraduate programs? So this year we have a new system. So on this system, you can fill up your personal information, like where you come from, your high school history, and the students, they have to submit these materials to us. I think the most important thing are these three. The first one is the academic transcripts from their high school. The next one will be a personal essay outlining their educational and professional goals, and also the English proficiency proof. Okay, you can also give us the standardized test score like SAT, ACT, but it's not compulsory. If you give it to us, we will assess as an evidence, but it's not necessary. So next one, if students are from a non-native English-speaking country, then they have to give us one of these. So for TOEFL, it's 79, and the new TOEFL is 4.0. IELTS 6.0, and Duolingo is 105. And we also have the waiver criteria. So if students are a native speaker, and this year we have changed our policy. So if the school can give us a certificate saying students have received all their education, like their high school education in English, we can also give you the English waive policy. Okay, and then if students are taking SAT, ACT, all these tests and they can reach certain scores for their English component, they can also be waived for their English test score. So these are some details. If you're interested, later on you can send me email or add me on WhatsApp. I will give you some more detailed instructions. And the deadline of our application is June the 30th. Okay, money. The most important thing, money. So to apply to our university, I have converted the money from RMB to USD, so you can have a clearer idea about how much it is. So application fee is 400, which is 56 US dollar. The deposit. So you don't have to pay this until you receive the pre-admission letter. So when you're applying, you are not giving us any money, but if you receive the pre-admission letter, then you can pay us, and then we'll give you the official offer. So these are the money you need to pay beforehand. And for the tuition is 68,000. We've been this is quite cheap comparing to some US universities, but this year we might change the price, but it's not for sure yet. I will update you later. So far it's this amount of money for 1 year, not for one term, for 1 year. And as for accommodation, it's 8,000 RMB. So it's around this much money in America. Okay, so about exchange, because I just mentioned you can choose to exchange to the US for 5 terms, and each term you have to pay 6,600 US dollars per semester. So we give students the in-state tuition for local students. So like it's like a discount for students transferring from Wenzhou-Kean University because they don't have to pay the international students fee. So these are, I hope I'm making myself clear. So these are the tuitions and fees students need to pay. Okay, about the scholarship. So because we really want to attract excellent students to come to our university, so we have 2 categories of freshman scholarship. The first one is 60% tuition reduction for an academic year, or 30% the second class, and they can receive this for the 4-year program, but we have to review them annually. So every year we will conduct a review because we want the students to stay good. So every year, if they meet our criteria, then they can continue for another year. So for the best students, they can have 4 years of their programs with 60% tuition deduction. Okay, so this is our freshman scholarship. And I'm going to show you the criteria. For the first class, any students meet any of the criteria, they can receive 60% off. Most of our students, they go for this one because it's the easiest. But this one is only for non-native English speakers. So if students are from, for example, America or UK or Canada, they couldn't apply scholarship within this one because otherwise it's unfair. Their English is already good. Yeah. So just making myself clear. And also for the second class, which is 30% off, students just have to meet one of these criteria, and then we can give them 30% off for 4 years if they are qualified. You can ask me any questions in the Q&A. So afterwards, I will answer your questions. Okay, and except for that, we have some merit scholarships, but these are after students are studying here. We have the Dean Scholarship, the Zhejiang Provincial Government Scholarship. These are just for international students. And so if students, they want to exchange to the US, we also have some study abroad scholarship and the King Presidential Exchange Scholarship, but these are for really excellent students. They will compete with all the students on campus. But the freshman scholarship is just for international students, just to making myself clear. Okay, so to summarize, I think this is a very cost-effective educational choice for students because they get the opportunities to study both in China and the US, and also they can receive both Chinese degree and US degree. And also we will give students strong academic support, and also immersive multicultural experience. So that's my presentation for today. And today I have invited one of the international students. Her name is Hannah. She comes from Singapore. I will just do a very quick Q&A. I just want her to share her authentic experience of studying in our university. So Hannah, could you please log on? Hello.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah, perfect. So Hannah is from Singapore and she's now in your third year in WKU, right?
Yeah.
And also she's now studying environmental science, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's environmental science.
Okay, so I will just ask you some random questions because just you know I want you to share your own experience. So first of all, I think this is your studying in WKU is your first time ever coming to China, right? And what's your first impression about China or WKU?
WKU. My first impression was like, wow. It was like the campus is very beautiful. It's very big, and it's surrounded by like small mountains. So they are like during free time and all that, we can go up to the mountain for a hike, which is really really beautiful. And then it's very appealing to us international students, where there are many different buildings located for different purposes. Yeah.
Okay, so you're an international student. So do you find it easy for you to adjust to the life in China, and also, for example, maybe something about accommodation, food wise? How do you find it? Do you think it's easy for you to adjust your life here?
Yeah, I think it's pretty easy. Although maybe the first week or so is a bit difficult, but generally it's very easy because like for accommodation, it's like in dorms where we can live with there's air conditioned in the dorms, and there's Wi-Fi and VPN and all that. For like food, we have multiple dining halls where they serve different varieties of food, where we can choose from both like Chinese or Western cuisine, which is really good for us international students. Sometimes we may not be able to adapt to the Chinese cuisine in the beginning, but there's also like snacks, cafes, and areas where we can study, like the library, which is really
Screen share,
interesting
sorry.
campus. And then for like transportation, it is very convenient from the airport or from the city area to the campus, where there is like public transport and also ride hailing. For like campus facilities, there's like study areas in every building, every like classroom areas. When there's also like the library where I love to study at the area where it's quiet and it's suitable
Okay,
for.
so thank you. So I also want to know, because I want to know more about this. So do you find it do you usually hang out with Chinese students? Because when you come to a country, you don't just hang out with international students. So how do you connect with Chinese students? And do you have any activities here for you to join the authentic Chinese life here?
Yeah, I mean, we have to interact with Chinese students in our everyday life because there's not only international students. There's also quite a majority of Chinese students, and for our university, we have like clubs and organizations. Have almost about 50 of our student clubs where we can join, and there are also a lot of events and cultural events and campus events that the school organizes, where we can interact with Chinese students and to also get to know about like their culture. Like for example, last year we had the Mid Autumn Festival event where we actually had like to try like the moon cakes and like to dress up in the Chinese costumes. And also, like recently, just 2 weeks ago, my Chinese friend, who's a local in Wenzhou, he invited me to visit his high school. So me and my another international student friend, he brought both of us to visit his high school over there, which is a pretty interesting experience because for us international students, we won't get to experience such a trip to a Chinese local high school. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, thanks very much for sharing your experience because the time restriction, I might have to cut you off now. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you. So, yeah, thank you, Hannah, for, I don't know what's going on with my display, but maybe now you can see my screen again. So here I have my contact. So if you ever want to find me, you can reach me on these platforms. I also have my WhatsApp here. This is the official account. So if you have any questions, you can use the WhatsApp to chat to me. And I'm also going to type down our email address. Okay, just for your information. And now we have around 10 minutes. I'm going to address some of the questions that you mentioned in the comments. Okay? Maybe you can take a screenshot. Okay, thank you very, very much. Now I'm going to stop sharing my display and I'm going to answer some of the questions in the Q&A session. So the first one from Samantha. We are a small school located in Chengdu, and our students are from mainland China, but we follow British curriculum. Unfortunately, for Chinese students with Chinese citizenship, they are only allowed to come to our university with Gaokao system, which is the Chinese admission high school university admission system. You can't apply to our university using your test scores, unfortunately. So that's for the first question. Next one from Jim. Can students apply undeclared, or do they need to choose a college when they apply, when they select more than one college when applying? Okay, yes. So when they're applying for our university, they can choose two majors, first choice and second choice. And it doesn't matter which college they want to apply for. And again, I want to emphasize, because we give students a free major change choice. So for example, if you're admitted with accounting major, for example, and then you want to exchange to math, it's also okay. It doesn't matter which one you want to exchange to. We'll give you this one opportunity. You can also do it later, maybe in the second year, but it will be more difficult because you've already done your courses and we need to do the credit transfer. Well, we don't recommend that. But in the first year, you have one choice to exchange to any college and any major you want. So that's for Jim's question. For Farah, can you share LinkedIn profile? Yes, and also I shared some of other social media that maybe you can follow us on those social media, and you can chat with me on WhatsApp. Next one from Natalie. Do students have to write the CSCA or SAT since it's an American university? So CSCA, for some of you who are not very clear, it's a Chinese test for international students. So fortunately, our university, we don't have that. So you just have to apply according to what I just said. You don't have to take CSCA test. For SAT, also, like I mentioned, you can give us as an extra material. We will assess whether you can get scholarship based on SAT. And I believe the scholarship for SAT is 1,300. You can get the first class scholarship. So you can give us, but it's not compulsory. So that's for Natalie. Next one, sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name, but you also asked about CSCA. You don't have to provide us with CSCA. Okay. And next one, sorry, is the tuition accommodation charge per year or per semester? I missed it. So the one I just mentioned is so for the Chinese side, it's per year. So for 1 year, you pay 68,000. But for the American one, it's 7,600 for one term, for one semester. So in China, you pay 68,000, but in US, you pay 7,600 for one term. Okay, so that's for this one. And next one, Andrea, are students able to stack scholarships? That's a good question. So for the freshman scholarship, it's the biggest one we offer for the students. So this one is the most dominant one. But for I think for the Dean scholarship, it's not stackable. But for the provincial one, it's stackable because it's for the international students. So these two are stackable. And also for the exchange scholarship, so if students, they choose to exchange to the US, we actually don't give you scholarship in China, but instead they can apply for another one. So yeah, that's to your question. Thank you. And next one, Julie's question. Could you show us the tuition rate screen again that shows the in-state unit? Okay, I'm just going to share my screen again because you're wondering about the scholarship, and just very briefly. Okay, this one. Maybe you can take a screenshot. So these are the annual fee, annual tuition fee, and annual accommodation fee, and this is for one semester. I think this one should be quite clear, right? And also, like, if you have any questions, just reach me after our presentation. I will send you, like, send me emails or on WhatsApp. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing. Next one, is it possible for students to just stay 4 years at WKU, not doing any exchange to the US? Yes, students can stay in WKU for 4 years without going to the US and still receiving Chinese degree and American degree. So yes, they can stay in China for 4 years. Okay, next one. Okay, the first and second class scholarships, are they guaranteed the corresponding scholarship if they meet the criteria in the table, or will there be further assessments? Okay, so first of all, we will assess students whether they can be admitted into our university, and then we will conduct a separate evaluation about the scholarship. So now we don't put the cap on the numbers because we are welcoming more international students to come to our university. So anyone who meets one of the criteria, it's guaranteed that we are giving them the first and second class scholarship. I hope I'm clear. Okay, next one. How do you handle students with travel restrictions to the US? I can't give you 100% correct answer, but so far for our students who apply the visa to exchange to the US, no one gets turned down. That's so far. I can only tell you this. We don't have any historical record for some international students get turned down because, like, if they are applying through our university, we don't have that case happen before. I'm not sure about the future, but so far that's the case. Okay, next one. So the tuition fee while in China is equivalent of 9,500 USD a year, is 6,000. Okay, I think I've already done this question. Like, I've shown you the screen. I think that states clear about the tuition fee. Next one, on your website, there is a 5,000 plus flights and some other things if students apply before April. Can you talk about this? Sorry, just 1 second. On your website, there is a 5,000 plus flights and some other things if students apply before April. Can you talk about this? I believe we don't have this. So we only have the scholarship for students, which I just stated, and also some merit scholarship for students. We don't have the flights discount for students. Yeah. Okay, so someone asked me to share the email again. I'm going to share the email. Just 1 second. Okay, so just 1 second. I'm sorry, like, I didn't manage my time very well. It's so much information that I want to share with you. And I really want to say that our university is actually, it's quite good. Like all our international students enjoy staying here, and I would say it's quite different from other mainstream Chinese universities. Some of you probably know about some universities. We are like, it's quite easy for students to adapt in because everything is in English and international style. So I think that's the end of my presentation, and thank you everyone for joining me. And if you have any questions, you can reach me on Instagram, on Facebook, WhatsApp, and email address. Like, welcome everyone to reach me. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Daisy, and thank you so much to Hannah as well for kindly joining the webinar today. We hope you found it informative. Thank you for all your wonderful questions. Our recording will be sent to you, as well as a reminder of the email address that you can contact Daisy on. But just remains for us to say, have a wonderful rest of your day, and thank you for joining us today. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you, Catalina.